officials weigh plans to promote Iran-Pakistan cooperation and agreement in Vienna hinges on political decisions of other side. Iran. Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan and Iranian Interior Minister Ahmad Vahidi discussed ways for closer cooperation between the two neighbors in various fields, particularly trade. According to Tasneem news agency, the Iranian Interior Minister met with the Pakistani Prime Minister in Islamabad on Monday. In the meeting, also attended by Pakistan's Interior Minister and the Iranian ambassador to Islamabad, the parties stressed the need to promote cooperation between the two neighbors, especially the trade ties. The Pakistani premier also highlighted the importance of plans to strengthen security at the common border, which he described as the border of peace and friendship between the two brotherly neighbors. Pointing to his meeting with Iranian President Sayyid Ibrahim Raisi, held on the sidelines of the SCO summit in September 2021 in Dushanbe, Khan called for efforts to strengthen cooperation between Iran and Pakistan in various fields. On the developments in Afghanistan, the Pakistani leader said military solution has never been the way to address problems, stressing that the international community must play its role to save the Afghan people from a severe humanitarian and economic crisis. The visiting Iranian minister has also held talks with Pakistan's Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa and with his Pakistani counterpart during his stay in Islamabad. Iran's foreign ministry says reaching an agreement between Tehran and the P4+1 group of countries over the 2015 deal at the talks in the Austrian capital of Vienna hinges on the political decisions of the other side. There is no deadlock in Vienna talks, the negotiations are being held as before, the foreign ministry's spokesman, Saeed Khatibzadeh, said at a weekly press conference on Monday. According to Press TV, he said when dialogues reach days in which serious issues must be discussed, they become difficult. Certainly, they are facing some delays. The spokesman added Tehran, after the return of the Iranian delegation to Iran, once again reviewed and discussed the presented proposal. Of course, giving and receiving proposals is normal, and no extraordinary thing has happened. The pending issues in the Vienna talks are key issues, he said, adding reaching an agreement in the negotiations key issues. Tehran has made its political decisions years ago and remained in the JCPOA. We are waiting to receive an answer to Iran's initiatives and proposals. The more the will of Americans and the European Troika increases, the more our distance from reaching an agreement decreases, he said, referring to France, Germany and Britain who are signatories to the 2015 deal. Former U.S. President Donald Trump unilaterally left the JCPOA in May 2018 and reimposed the anti-Iran sanctions that the deal had lifted. He also placed additional sanctions on Iran under other pretexts not related to the nuclear case as part of his maximum pressure campaign. Following a year of strategic patience, Iran decided to let go of some of the restrictions on its nuclear energy program, resorting to its legal rights under the JCPOA, which grants a party the right to suspend its contractual commitments in case of a non-performance by the other side. The U.S. administration of President Joe Biden had voiced a willingness to compensate for Trump's mistake and rejoin the deal, but it has retained the sanctions as leverage. Envoys from Iran and the P4+1 group of countries, Britain, France, Russia, and China plus Germany, have been holding negotiations in the Austrian capital for roughly 10 months in a bid to resurrect the JCPOA. The eighth round of the talks has resumed since Sunday after it was put on pause as diplomats returned to their capitals for consultations.